Guys, I lost everything and it's all Apple's fault. Let's talk about it right now. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Jeremy with JeramieLu Photography. If you guys are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Video helps you anyway, give it a thumbs up, click that bell for notifications. It tells you every time I come on. Guys, this is a part PSA, a part nightmare video for all of us photographers out there. I thought I was doing everything right. I thought that I was backing everything up the way I was supposed to be backing up, and I'm an advocate. I was helping people back things up, and I was doing everything I was supposed to do. And then I literally woke up one day and I lost everything. So here's how it starts. I'm gonna kind of go through a process. I'm gonna give you guys a little warning and make sure that you guys are knowing what to do. And this is specifically Apple and Mac related because I don't know much about Windows. I'm a super techie nerd. I know a lot about my MacBook and my desktop, which is in my office. And I just thought I'd bring this out just to show you guys a little bit of, I don't know, Mac. Guys, about a month ago, I downloaded Catalina. I upgraded my Mac OS to Catalina, the new one. The date right now is December 6th, 2019. So let's say early November I did that. And it was fine. But a week later, I turned on my computer after restarting it or turning it off the night before. I can't remember, it was early morning, went to turn it on and it wouldn't turn on. The bar went to 100% and then it kind of died out. And nothing happened, never turned on. So restart, shut down, started doing everything that I know what to do, soft boots, reboots, shift, holding everything you need to do that you're supposed to do. Started Googling on my phone on what to do as well. Couldn't really figure it out. But I didn't really mess with the computer, so nothing really happened to the computer. So of course I call Apple, and then the first thing to do is say, hey, take it in to the Apple store. Make an appointment, go to the Apple store. Here's my issue, guys. The Apple store is there to help us, Genius Bar is there to help us, but ultimately they are trying to push us out as fast as they can get us in, and this is where my story gets a little bit scary. I basically put my trust in Apple. I go there, they do a diagnostic, they talk to me, they look at stuff, they go, I see it, I've seen it before. I ask a lot of questions. Have you seen this before? Have you done this before? Is this a thing? Why is my computer not turning on? They can't get it to turn it on either, so they go, you know what? As long as you have a backup at home, you should be good. So I did have a Time Machine backup, luckily. I have one hard drive specifically for Time Machine that's constantly backing up my computer. So if anything does happen, I can restart my OS and go back into it. So I say, you know what? Let's do it. Let's uninstall it, redo the OS. I leave my iMac there. I wait at the Apple store and around the mall for about 3 hours. Come back, it's done. Cool. I feel like everything's cool. So then I take it home. I re-upload from Time Machine. They give me a few instructions. I actually write it down because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't ruining everything. My computer is my livelihood. My desktop is my livelihood. All my stuff is on there. I do have backups on my RAW and externals and all that stuff. But nothing's ever guaranteed. So I get home. I then let it sit. I re-upload it with my Time Machine backup and everything comes back on. Well, 6 hours later, I get a notification that my hard drive disk is full. But then I look at my hard drive disk and it says I have 300 gigabytes available. I have a 1 terabyte hard drive. And then Apple, I call them because I don't want to take it to the Apple store again. I call them, I go through, they do remote desktop with me. They go through, they have me do this, that, and this, and that. My computer then just shuts down. They have me delete things, move things, check things around while watching me do the whole time. I'm trusting them with everything that I'm trusting them with. Then they have me manually delete everything again and reinstall the software in Catalina. So this is a second time I'm doing it. I do it, I upload it. The guy goes, will you check this part of your system, which is a disk utility? Catalina has the hard drive, and then it also has the hard drive data, but I also had another hard drive data. So the guy goes, what's that? And I'm like, I don't know what that is. And he's like, you know what, let's delete this one as he's remote desktoping me in. before we do Time Machine again to get everything back. Right now it's a fresh install, nothing's on there that I've created. So I go, okay, cool. Boom, do that. Ask him any questions. Do I need to do anything else? He sees that I have 3 hard drives plugged in. He sees that, you know, one's raw, one's a backup to my raw, one's Time Machine. He says, no, everything looks good. Let's delete this extra hard drive data on here on your disk utility. Cool, delete it, everything looks great. I'm like, all right, you sure? Cool, delete it. He watches me do it, everything looks good. Go ahead and do the install from Time Machine. Call me in the morning. This was maybe 1 p.m. on a day. I don't know how long installs take, to be honest, from Time Machine. I just kind of let it happen. I do know that when you're watching that bar on Apple, any Apple products, it doesn't really mean that bar means anything. Even if it says like 6 hours to go, it might be 20 minutes and it might be 30 hours. I don't know. So I just let it sit. So from 1 p.m. up until 8 a.m. the next morning, it has only gone 3 or 4 or 5% of that bar. So I call and I say, hey, dudes, Apple, nothing's happening. And they go, you know what? Let's take it back to the Apple store. We can't get you in for 6 days. I said, no. Get me in somewhere today. You guys have done something, because now I can't even get Time Machine to roll back in. I turn off the computer, I turn it on, it won't even turn on anymore. The bar just gets stuck. There's a lot of, what's going on? Let me put you on hold. Let me figure it out. Which in my mind, I'm like, you guys don't even know what you're doing. You're just doing what I would do at home. Being like, his computer doesn't start. What do we do? Let's do this. Let's do this. And it's really, really frustrating because I put all my trust in Apple because this is an Apple product. This is a Mac. I call the Apple phone number, the store, pay for Apple Care, do all that junk, and it doesn't do anything for me. So I lost everything. The scariest part is that I ended up taking it to another place called Macorama, which I'm gonna do a full review after this video. So follow that video, Macorama in Reno. They are an Apple certified company. So basically if you can't get into Apple, Apple has certified companies that specialize in Apple products. And Macorama is in my area and they're about 15 minutes away from me. So I called and set up an appointment through them to get in there 15 minutes later. And that's actually how we found that everything was gone. So remember, I said I had 3 external hard drives. I had that extra data. I believe deleting that extra data corrupted my entire system. What happened with Catalina and the download is when I was backing everything up from that Time Machine, it actually went into my raw photos that I hold all my raw photos, that drive, my backup of raw photos and Time Machine, and completely killed those drives. Did I get it back? You're gonna have to watch the Macorama video, but I will tell you, I have not been able to edit or work in 3 weeks. I have not slept because I'm a photographer without photos of weddings, of newborns, of my family, of personal videos that I don't have access to. And it's all because Apple doesn't know what the frick they're doing. I am so frustrated with this. Data recovery isn't cheap. Apple doesn't care. You go to the Genius Bar and they just running around trying to help 4 customers at once and they don't really give a crap about what I have to do. And I wish I would have known that. If that would have gone in and they would have been honest with me and said, you know, we have no idea what is going on with your computer. We don't know why this is happening. Let us investigate and let's get back to you before you do anything. I would have been happier. But no, they have to get me in and out and they have to start doing things. And this is the frustrating part, because their little bit of let's try this, let's try that without actually going through everything and knowing everything has cost me potentially 50 grand of paying back clients for not being able to deliver their wedding photos. This is insane. I am super frustrated. I don't know what this video is about. This video is about, guys, do your due diligence. If you're in the Reno area, find a company like Macorama that will actually listen to you, that will actually work with you and figure out what's going on. Stay away from that Genius Bar. Stay away from Apple, their Apple Care. I mean, this is why I would never tell people to invest in Apple Care. It doesn't do anything for you. The biggest thing for them is like, oh, it didn't work. Your computer's broken. Here's a new computer. But that doesn't help me on the hard drives that are stuck to it. This doesn't help me on the data that's on there. This doesn't help me with what I do. And this is the most frustrating part, because they don't know anything. All they're doing is Googling and pushing out, and I can do the exact same thing. So what's this video about? It's a little PSA on be careful, guys. Back everything up. I backed everything up 3 or 4 times. And it turned out that I don't use carbonite anymore because carbonite only backs up anything that changes. I was able to pull a few things off of there, pull some things here, work some things out. But really my raw footage where I backed up 4 different places is gone. It's gone. Anyways, do you guys have an experience like this? I'd love to kind of get people together. Let me know. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm going to talk about Macrorama right now.